For all intents and purposes, most people tend to think that speed duels is a dead format, and honestly, I can't blame them. For the most part, Konami's never really shown all that much love to speed duels, and it kinda just neglected it for a very long time. However, I want to go ahead and change that. I want to go ahead and present a brand new way to enjoy speed duels by presenting the brand new Speed Duels Progression Series. Taking inspiration from SEMO's iconic Progression Series, every week me and my good friend Big Bear 2000 will open up 36 packs of my very own custom-made Speed Duel packs to try and power up our decks. At the end of each episode, me and him will have a best of 3 match to decide the winner of each episode. I hope you're excited because this is the Speed Duels Progression Series. What is up guys, it's Topsy and welcome back to the channel. So on the last episode of the Speed Duel Progression Series, well, we didn't have our protest moment. We did end up losing to Bear after we helped him build a Cyberdark strategy, and man, I had a little bit of a crash out at the end of Duel 3, so whoopsie. But nevertheless, I do not intend on having a losing streak on this series, so I do plan on winning on today's episode, which, speaking of, in today's episode we are actually going to be going into Duelist of Shadows, and I am so excited for this just because Duels of Shadows is my favorite speed duel box, and the decks that we're going to get access to are really fun. Not to mention the fact that Duels of Shadows just has a bunch of great strategies, but you know what? Enough rambling. Let's actually jump onto yugioh Pro just so we can go and showcase what we're working with. Okay then, so here we are, and let's take a quick peek at Duelist of Shadows. And as I mentioned, I am so excited for this set just because we're going to get access to so many awesome strategies. And the 4 highlighted strategies we're actually going to be getting access to are the following. We're going to be getting Red Eyes, Amazonas, Cloudian, and Evil Heroes. And non-ironically, I realistically see myself running up with any of those 4 strategies. But if I'm being honest, Evil Hero is probably the one that I'm the least excited for just because it's the most disoriented one. But Cloudian, Amazonas, and Red Eye seems like a ton of fun, which, speaking of, let's take a look at some of the important cards for each of those decks. So, alone in the ultra rare section, we can see a bunch of great stuff. Starting off with Amazonas, we have Amazonas Will and Amazonas Queen as 2 very important cards for this strategy in the ultra rare section. Amazonas Will is going to be one of the best ways of reviving a monster currently in the game, and Amazonas Queen is a hell of a boss monster that will be extremely difficult for Bear to out if we end up getting a copy of. The only real way they have to out it would be with cards like his Mijizure, but besides that, he doesn't have many other ways to out these cards. As for the Cloudian strategy, Cloudian Eye of the Typhoon alongside Cloudian Aerosol are 2 really good cards for the strategy. Honestly, realistically speaking, you can play the Cloudian deck without the Eye of the Typhoon, but the Aerosol is extremely important just because it's a consistency piece for that deck. As for the Red Eye strategy, the only ultra rare card here is Red Eye's Darkness Dragon being the boss monster of the deck, and given that, the Red Eye strategy has a fantastic skill that makes this card really great, so I'm actually looking forward to potentially playing that. Finally, we have the Evil Hero strategy, which has 2 really important cards for that deck, that being the Evil Hero Malice and the Super Poly. Now, the thing is, realistically, if you're going to be playing Evil Hero, you don't particularly need either one of these cards, just because Evil Heroes has a tons of other fusion monsters you can play, but if you wanted to go ahead and make use of one of the skills for Jaden, you do need the Super Poly, so there is that. Alongside the other cards in this section, we do have the Dark World Lightning, which is going to be a phenomenal card that just destroys any set card on the field, which is fantastic. It's going to be really good for both me and Bear. Moving on to the super rare section, we have quite a bit to talk about here. Starting off, we get Wall of Disruption printed, and this is going to be huge for Bear and for me just because of the fact that with this I could complete a playset if I really wanted to go ahead and be a complete menace, but for Bear that means he gets a chance to go ahead and even the playing field with me. Other important cards in this section are cards like Half Counter, which is just a generically good card for the battle phase. We have Terror King Salmon, which is a fantastic card once the Legendary Ocean gets printed, and it's a staple of that deck. We have cards like Dark Calling, which is Miracle Fusion for evil heroes. As speaking of, we have Lightning Golem, which is a phenomenal card, and if we have evil hero, this is the card you want to build around. Additionally, another interesting card to mention here would be Vanguard, Legendary Jujutsu Master, and Wyvern. These are all really good cards for their generically speaking. Well, Wyvern being more for red eyes, but Jujutsu Master and Vanguard are just really good individual cards, especially Vanguard for dragon-based strategies. As I'm mentioning, there's just so much great stuff in this set that I am losing track of all this stuff. The secret rares for this set are going to be the Black Metal Dragon alongside the evil hero Dark Gaia. This is going to make these decks a bit harder to build, but realistically, they are still somewhat playable. Taking a look at the rare section, we have a lot of good stuff here. Windstorm of Etiqua is a phenomenal card, and it's just one of my personal favorite trap cards. So if I get access to this card, you can potentially see me running up with it. Destiny Heroes gets a lot of support here as well, with Destiny and Dragoon and Dangerous being reprinted here. So it's going to be huge if me or Bear decide to roll up with Destiny Heroes at some point today. Another important card that gets reprinted here is Elemental Hero Blazeman. And this is huge, especially for me, just because I did run up with Volcanic Hero last episode. And if I had more copies of Blazeman, that deck would have been significantly better. Oh, before I move on to the comment section, I forgot to mention that Delta the Magnet Warrior does get reprinted here alongside Valkyrion, meaning that if we wanted to go ahead and try out the Magnet strategy, this is the great time to do so, just because the field spell, the boss, and one of the most important pieces are all in this set. So it's a deck that me and Bear didn't get a chance to play, and I hope he overlooks it. Finally, let's see. We have a bunch of other Amazonas cards here, so Amazonas becomes extremely playable, and I can definitely see Bear potentially trying to roll up with it. We have some more Armed Dragon stuff, which makes the deck a bit more easier to build. And yeah, for the most part, I'm super excited for this episode. There's just so much good stuff all over the place, and if possible at all, I would like to potentially roll up with Red Eyes. It's a bit of a stretch potentially rolling up with that deck, just because there's a lot of important pieces that are in high rarities, but realistically, I can see ourselves rolling up with Amazonas, Cloudian, and Magnets in today's episode. Hell, even Hero if we really wanted to. But with that being said, enough yammering, let's get into the pack opening now.
All right, and welcome to the episode of Duels Progression Series. And yeah, we were wanting to be fun and try out some stuff, and we went with Cyber Dragons. It is, I guess, one of the better ones we have, but still kind of like new and fun, which is kind of what I'm going for. We did get one on the board. If we're able to win for the rest right here, we might be able to tie or maybe even get one over him, if anything. But nonetheless, we got a dub. We're gonna keep that in mind, and maybe we roll up with something pretty fun and good right here. So we're gonna have a bunch of skills go over, so we're gonna go ahead and do that before we get into the cards. Usually Topsy does the cards, I do the skills, which is kind of funny because I have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about the skills, because I know these cards, I just don't know the damn skills. But regardless, we have Dark Creation here, which if you have 5 or more dark monsters with different names, you can banish a dark monster in the graveyard, then supposed to summon a dark monster from the graveyard. So you usually want to get a lot of darks in the graveyard for this. 5 is a high cost, and keeping it that way is also pretty difficult, but if you can get it off, pretty good. Next, we have Dark Unity. You can use Super Poly to fusion summon monsters that can usually only be summoned with Dark Fusion. And then once per duel, you can lose 2,000, then change the type of one special summon monster your opponent controls to Rock. I'm guessing for Super Poly and things like that. Discard one card, add a Dark Fusion for your deck to your hand. That's also, I guess, good for that deck if you want to play Evil Heroes. I'm assuming this one is another one where once per duel, during your main phase, if you control a evil hero monster, you can discard one card to make one face-up monster your opponent controls lose attack equal to its own defense, or lose defense equal to its own attack. So you're kind of just switching the cards' stats between their defense and attack. That's really it. All right, we got some Cloudian stuff. Each time a cloudy monster with a fog counter is destroyed, place its fog counters on another face-up monster on the field. So you're basically just getting as many, you're utilizing more fog counters, I guess. And then next up, we have Fog Warning, which allows you to put another fog counter on another monster whenever you get a fog counter. I don't fucking know. All I know is, looking at it, bro, I'm at least gonna need another fog counter. Forge Steel, this deals with the Red Eye stuff. So during your main phase, you could change the name of one Red Eyes monster or one Dragon or monster you control to Red Eyes black dragon. While it's face up on the field, each red eyes darkness dragon you control gains a following effect. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can special summon one dragon monster from your graveyard that can be normal summon set. So it's pretty okay. It does require heavy cost and setup. This one is Dragon Force. During your main phase, you can banish one Dragon Normal monster from your graveyard to make one Dragon Normal monster you control gain 200 attack times that banished monster's level. So if you banish Red Eyes, that'd be 7, so you're gaining 1400 attack until the end of the turn. And you also get to do Piercing. This is a once per turn thing, so that's awesome. We love that because for some reason every skill is a once per duel thing. Next we have, while you control Amazoness Queen, negate the effects of effect monsters destroyed by battle with attacking Amazoness monsters you control, which is pretty good, pretty solid, but you need to get the Queen. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought the Queen required 1 to 2 tributes. I could be mistaken, but if that's the case, that's a heavy cost, maybe not as good. After damage calculation, if you took battle damage from a battle involving an opponent's monster in your attack position Amazoness monster, that opponent's monster loses attack or defense equal to the attack of the Amazoness it battled. So that's pretty good if you're going like, what is it? If you're doing, I have 2 of the swordswoman, I believe it is. So that allows you to you're doing damage whenever they destroy your monster. And then after that, they lose attack equal to the attack of, the Swords Master, which I believe is like 1500. So 1500 minus is pretty significant. So that's a cool little combo there. And this is continuous. So this is probably the better of the Amazoness ones if I had to guess. I don't have the equips for this, but Topsy, as we know, does. So I'm going to leave it at that, and we're actually just going to go straight into just opening up 36 of these baddies right here. Looking at it, bro, we got at least 36 packs. Okay, let's begin. All right, first off, we're getting a Cloudy in the rare slot, Diamond Dust Cyclone. Fair enough, okay. Amazoness Fighter, I think we have a lot of that stuff already. Troop Dragon's good just for like more dragon cycling, and it's a deck thinner, I guess, which is good. Donzalug is great. I'll take a Donzalug. We're getting our Dark Fusion, so if we pull pretty good on those, maybe we play it, but probably not. It didn't look great to me, to be honest.
Oh guys, I am so excited for this. As I mentioned, there's so many different decks that I want to play from this set, so let's see if we can do somewhat decent here. Okay, so Amazoness Tiger is a decent start. Dark Fusion, don't mind that whatsoever. Besides that, nothing else is really calling out to me. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's go. So this pack is fantastic. There's a copy of Delta here, and there's a copy of Magnetic Field. 2 incredible cards for the Magnet strategy. I want to see if I can get a playset of the Deltas, just to make magnets that much more consistent. Especially with multiple copies of Magnetic Field, we can have a really good deck there. So I'm hoping to get these cards.
We definitely have a playset. Oh, there's our third Swordswoman. So no more of those, please. I am all good. It's going to give me one right now, too. Just watch. Okay, another Cloudian card. We're getting some of the Cloudian stuff. So maybe that's something that we can do. We need to get the Ultra. This is a good card. I mean, people use this in like Sprite and everything because it's a free special summon. But, depends how good that card can be.
Okay, that's interesting. Armed Dragon level 10. Armed Dragon wasn't really on like my list of decks that I wanted to play. I think we already got a copy of Oja Match as well. Yeah, we did. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. I'll consider it, but don't hold your breath if I'm gonna be playing this. Okay, as I say that, we get a second copy of Oja Match. Oh my god, I don't want to play Ojama Armed Dragon. That's such a wacky deck.
And there's another Swordswoman, yeah, so unfortunately, we're probably going to get like playsets of that stuff. Nothing new. I would like to see another field spell for the Amazoness, just so it's in our rotation. We're getting a lot of the Cloudians, which is good, but I don't know if we don't have the boss monster, then it may not be worth it.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm really happy about this. So that's our first copy of Wisdom of Etiquette. That's our second copy of Magnetic Field. It is. Yeah, and that's just, those 2 cards alone are making me really happy from this pack. As I mentioned, Etiquette is a really, really cool trap card, especially for the battle phase, especially with Sphere Creel banned right now. This is going to be phenomenal, just to prevent Bear from doing any scummy stuff during the battle phase. Besides that, and nothing else worth mentioning. Oh, Cloudian Aerosol. That's big for Cloudians. That's really big for Cloudians. So if I remember correctly, a lot of the Cloudian monsters are in the rare section. A lot of the important ones like the Acid Cloud, the Cirrostratus. I think those are like the two important ones that are have in rare, and you really want to see those cards just because they deal with monsters and back row. But the aerosol is making me think that Cloudian is definitely on the table for us. So let's see if we can get some more good stuff for this deck. Ain't no way. Back-to-back aerosols. Ain't no way that happened. Okay, I swear, if we pull shitty on the rares for Cloudians and we have 2 copies of aerosol, that's gonna make me so upset. Just because I don't feel like you can play Cloudians without any of like the decent removal, especially even if you have 2 aerosols. I'll keep a vigilant eye out there but like I don't think we can build a deck around like a Ghost Fog, you know?
There is the Shining Flare Wingman, so that's cool, but it obviously does have a high cost attached to that. Okay, let's take a look at our Cloudian. Okay, so we got a Swing of Memories. Okay, so we can get a normal monster in our graveyard, special summon it just right during the end phase. That's pretty good with like the red eye stuff, but we haven't been really getting a focus on like, most of the focus has been going on this Cloudian stuff here, which is not bad. It's not bad for sure. Okay, we got 2 of these Sator, I don't even want to pronounce that. Cirrostratus. Okay, cool. We got 2 of the Cirrostratus. We got the Fog Control. So that's good. Dice Foon is actually good for like back row too. Just gotta hope you don't roll a 1 and a 6, baby. So I gotta hope for. So 2 out of 3 chance. Knowing me, I'm probably gonna get the bad one, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think maybe we could do something with Cloudian. We're getting pretty good pulls for it, but we do need to pull the boss monster, and our hollows have kind of sucked. There's a Super Poly, which is pretty nice, but we have 2 Supers, 1 Ultra, and unfortunately our Ultra was on the Super Poly. I don't know if that's going to be great. It's looking like we can maybe do something with the Evil Hero, but there's another fucking Shiny Flare Wingman. This pack opening sucks, bro. I hate... Totem Dragon's good. I would like a Totem Dragon. It's solid.
Red Eyes Wyvern, that's good. That's a really good card for Red Eyes. Let's see. We have a playset of original Red Eyes already just because that card's been reprinted for us. Did I get any copies of Return? No, I haven't. Okay. I would love to play Red Eyes, but I feel like we need way more than Wyvern in order to do that. So let's keep an eye out for those cards.
2 Super Poly. If we had targets for it, I'd be like jumping for joy, but we don't. Ojama Match, I think we already have maybe multiples of those because we have like 3 of every Ojama card, I'm pretty sure.
Huh, that's interesting. Battle Survivor. So this is like a pretty good card for warrior-based strategies. We could use this potentially in Amazonas, I believe. Okay, it's just a generically good card, and I think we can play this with Field of Warriors. I think that's what it was historically played in. We're still a bit away from that, but nevertheless, Battle Survivor is not a bad card to just have access to for the future, so I'm glad to see that. Oh, what do you know, that's our playset of magnets now. Okay, I really want to play magnets today. I might just say screw it and we're playing magnets at this point because we have Foolish Burial, which is huge for the deck. Let's see, I might just make it happen. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think we're doing magnets unless we pull some other insane stuff from today's pack opening. Speaking of insane stuff, Evil Hero Malicious Fiend. So there is a world where if we pull Evil Hero Dark Gaia, we could potentially play like Evil Hero Magnets or Magnet Hero. And that could be really interesting just because Gaia works with Earth monster, rock monsters specifically, my bad. And all the magnets are rocks. So there is synergy there, especially because of the Dark Calling. Using materials from the graveyard, being able to use Valkyrion. It's not out of the question that we could do that, but we do need Dark Gaia to even consider it. But Malicious Fiend's kind of cool.
Getting all the Evil Hero and just the stuff I don't want. I want the Cloudian boss monster and like the fields. There's Red Eyes Darkness. I know we have Red Eyes, so that's okay to see. Maybe I could do something with that, but only 1 copy is iffy. I don't know if you'd run just 1. Okay,
so that's our second copy of Battle Survivor. I'm not mad that we got a holo, but like I kind of wanted other super rares. There's like Cloudian Nimbus Man, which would have been great for Cloudians, but Battle Survivor twice, I don't know about that, Chief. Especially also the fact that our other Cloudian monsters have been fantastic, so I don't know if we're doing Cloudian. What is up with those 2-ofs? Okay, what are we getting so many multiples of these like holos? I don't want to play Armed Dragon. We have so many weird strategies available to us. Honestly, guys, in the comment section below, let me know. Do you guys know any weird strategies that I have available to me that I'm like maybe overlooking from the past sets that I've opened? because I feel like with 2 Armed Dragon level 10s now, we can do some wacky stuff with Armed Dragon Ojamas if we really wanted to. Let's go. Okay, that's a playset of Etaquas now, so I'm happy to see that. Ooh, hold on, hold that thought. Legendary Jujitsu Master is incredible. That's gonna go fantastic in my Magnet deck, with him being a rock as well, being a defensive card, and also playing into the gimmick that the field spell already does for magnets. I don't know, that's kind of a nice one. Oh, I am happy about that. Well, we got another super rare, but not the one I wanted. Rainbow Overlord of the Dark World is cool. I love Dark World. It's what was my first structure deck I ever bought as a kid with my own money, so it has a special place in my heart. But the Dark World's available to us in SpeedDuels right now, or booty, like there's just no good deck you can make out of them, so it's kind of like a whatever thing right now, but it's neat. At least I have it in the collection now. Oh wow, okay, we were almost done with the set, and we pulled Red Ice Darkness Dragon. Okay, I see. That's incredible. This card's so cool, especially with the skill. It's such a cool deck. Hold on, before I make a decision based on this, no, I haven't pulled a single copy of the Red Ice Trap. That's really bad, guys. Okay, we do have 3 packs left, which we could get a playset of those. I don't need a playset, but it'd be nice if we got that. But God, this makes me so tempted. We'll see. Maybe we get like the craziest 3 packs like in the history of like pack openings. But I don't know if Red Ice is realistically in the cards right now.
God, it's just been a rough one, bro. We can never catch a break. I'm sure Topsy pulled crazy. Everything here in like the Ultra and everything is like in a designated sort of like focus. There's not really like a lot of staples. I guess you could count Super Poly, but to be fair, it's mostly used in like the, you know, evil hero stuff. So rough for sure. Yeah, bro. Not happy. I'm not. Sorry. Not happy about it, but it's okay. We're gonna just make do with what we got. Did we get any of the field spell? Could have went without another Amazoness woman. This is a useless. I see it as a useless rare, to be honest. So this can be true at battle, and we only got 1 of that, and I'm sure that's probably one of the better ones too. Oh no, they all can't. I do remember this guy being good. I do remember this one. I think this one was also good, so maybe these are the 3 good ones, but we have a 3-2-1 ratio, and I feel like this guy might be more important than I think. Amazon's Tiger is... I don't even think that deserves a rare spot. I'm just critiquing my guy's stuff real quick. Just don't mind me. We did get the... how many evil heroes? Wild Cyclone, Inferno Wing, and Light Golem. What's like the difference though? Like I'm not sure what the difference is on these cards, other than, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what the difference is. And then we're losing a card to do Super Poly. We're summoning during their turn, but I don't know if these have effects when they're supposed to summon. Anyways, it looks like we can do Evil Hero. Maybe we do something like Cloudian, but we don't have the boss monster, so I don't feel great about it. Amazoness is a strategy. I would have really liked to seen at least the field spell, but it is what it is. You can't, you know, you can't dictate and control everything. 2 Spear Dragon, which is a common that we wanted that we only got 2 of. We got 10 of like everything I don't really care about, so that's awesome. Any things we got shafted on in the common slot here? I guess Amazon's Archers, but we already had that, so it's fine. Fight Spirits, I guess that's a okay card. I probably would have ran it as a 1 of anyway. Looking at it, bro, we're gonna have to do better on the polls next week. Anyways, let's get to deck building and see what we're cooking up today.
Okay, so we're now in the last pack. Let's see what we can roll up with. All right, so we have Smoke Ball, Amazon Scouts, Zur, Dice Foon, Absorbing Jar, Dark Scorpion Cliff, Black Dragon's Chick, Summon Cloud, and what's the rare? Delta. Okay, we have more than enough deltas now. Yeah, this is just an average Topsy opening. Double Aerosol, we have the Red Ice Darkness Dragon, Malicious Fiend. We do have the Legendary Jujitsu Master, which I'm super happy about. Realistically, out of the holos, the only one that I see myself playing today is the Jujitsu Master, non-ironically. Besides that, I'm happy we got the playset of Etaquas. Very happy about that. The village is huge. Again, I don't recall whether or not we had a copy already. If not, then it's cool to have, but if so, then I'm really happy about it. Amazon Swordswoman, I'm upset that we only got 1 copy of this. I was hoping to complete a playset, but it is what it is. I'm realizing now that we missed out on placement, which is really unfortunate. I was hoping to be able to bolster up the volcanic hero deck, but it seems like it did not happen. We did get over a playset of deltas, which is great. Wish some of those rares were the placements. That would have been nice, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Unfortunately, the Cloudian pools weren't quite there. We only got the Sarah Stratus. We missed out on the Acid Cloud, which is really unfortunate, making Cloudian really difficult to even try building into. As for the commons, super happy to get the magnetic fields. I think we already had a playset of heirlooms, so I'm not really concerned about that. We got Stamping Destructions, which is really nice, especially when we decide to play anything dragon related. That's huge for that deck. We got the archers. We got a bunch of decent stuff overall. Yeah, as a whole, I think this was a successful pack opening. I definitely think that the path we're going to be taking is magnets from the look of this. I'll take a look at the other stuff with my collection to see if there's anything else that's playable, but at this point right now, I'm thinking magnets. With that being said, let's get to the deck build.
Okay. So, I came up with a little something here. Is it good? No, but we're gonna have as much fun as we can. This deck is not good. It's mainly to get a laugh, but there are some ways we can win. Obviously, we're going to be using Cloudians and Moki Moki OTK. So the reason why this is so funny is because how this deck's going to be working is it needs Moki Moki Smackdown, but the Cloudians can kind of survive on their own using their effects to pop, and we're going to be taking some damage, so maybe a couple life boosting cards would be good here and there, but we can also use Nightmare Wheel to, you know, prevent that as well. Anyways, though, what we're going to be doing is having the Cloudians on the field, and using their effects, we get 2 counters per, so every time we would summon a Cloudian, we get to get counters or whatever. We're going to be using Ghost Fog to get a bunch of counters. We're going to get a bunch of counters, activate these effects. This one pops back row, this one pops monsters, and we're going to be activating the Smackdown using their own trigger effects when they go to defense, because obviously they don't want to have like the games be super stally and everything with these cards, so they kill themselves whenever they destroy themselves whenever they're put to defense. Basically the same thing. And that'll trigger Moki Moki Smackdown. And then we got 3 of those bad boys in here. We also have the 1 Enchanting Fitting Room to search these out. Not a good card. And we have 2 Justy Breaks. So basically like Mirror Force, kinda. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that'll be super funny. But these Moki Mokis are going to become 3k each after we trigger one of these to pop themselves, which is just so funny to me. It's just so funny. And then we're going to be using these 2 cards, using the Ghost Fog to use their effects, etc, etc. Yeah, that's pretty much the deck, dude. It's just going to be it's going to be a great time. Like, such a good time. You guys don't even know. It's going to be such a good time. I just think it's so funny. I just think it's just too funny. It's too good. And then we're also running the side deck. We're running our 2 Sidra, now newly put to 3 or 2. I can't remember. Warrior Elimination. Maybe I need to look at the ban list to fix this. I'll do that before the duels. And then Waking the Dragon as well in here, because he might roll up as Amazonas. It's definitely possible, so we will see. This is what we're doing. I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's so funny. Let's get into the duels. This is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a fun one.
Okay guys, so here we have today's deck, and yes, we are doing it. We are finally gonna be rolling up with the magnets, and I am so excited to use this deck, just because magnets is one of those underappreciated strategies in speed duels that doesn't get enough love, and you know what, I am here to show it all the love that it deserves. Essentially, if you are unfamiliar with the magnet strategy, the main thing you should know is that magnets is a deck primarily composed of a bunch of vanilla monsters in beta, gamma, and alpha that try to culminate in order to make the boss monster of the strategy, Valkyrian the Magnet Warrior. But the most important card in this whole strategy is this right here that became available to us, that being Delta the Magnet Warrior. This card makes the whole strategy revolve around itself and makes it as easy as possible to pretty much establish everything you need in order to make Valkyrion, and gives the deck all the consistency it could ever dream of. So I am extremely happy that we ended up getting access to this card, and at that we ended up getting access to 3 of them, which as I mentioned is incredibly important. But alongside the Magnet Warriors, we also do need some more monsters in order to go ahead and cushion us. I did consider adding in another Magnet Warrior with Alpha, but to be honest, all these guys are pretty bad. And the main one you want to see is Beta and or Delta. So I decided to go ahead and add a utility monster in Legendary Jujutsu Master, which I'm pretty happy that I ended up getting. It's a rock, so it still feels like it's synergistic with the deck and it still helps with the magnetic field. But additionally, it has a really cool effect where if Bear attacks it with one of his monsters, it gets bounced back to the hand, which has a lot of synergy with this field spell as well, which is one of the best ways of dealing with any big monsters he may have. Besides that, for the spell trap card lineup, we have Book of Moon, because why wouldn't we have it? Order to Charge is really cool in this deck just because we have so many vanillas in the deck, and those vanillas can be easily recovered with the Magnetic Field spell, essentially making it a free removal every single time we see this card, which is fantastic. And finally, to round out, we have the Dust Tornadoes to deal with back row and Floodgate Trap Hole as another way of dealing with any big monsters Bear may have. As a whole, I think this deck is pretty much equipped to deal with anything he may roll up with. From today's opening, we can definitely potentially see him roll up with Amazonas. Clouding is very reasonable for him to roll up with. If he got really lucky, he could see something like Red Ice, which is kind of high rolly, but it could potentially happen. And if Bear's a complete mad lad, he could even roll up with Evil Hero, which I'm not expecting it. But that's why we have the side deck that we have. We have the Warrior Eliminations just because I have a aching suspicion that he's gonna use Amazonas just because it's really good going into this episode. As I mentioned, the Alpha, in case we don't see enough magnets during our duels. I don't think that's going to be the case because we have 10 of them, so it should be okay. Another Dust in case he is playing something very back row heavy. Zero Gravity in case he's playing way too many big monsters. And one of the best ways this deck is able to deal with those big monsters is by switching them to defense mode and then us attacking over them and pretty much bouncing it back with the field spell. So that's why we have that here. Unfortunately, we only had one copy of it. And finally, Jar of Avarice as a way to go ahead and deal with any Grindfest duel he may have. I'm pretty much prepared for anything. I'm super excited for this deck and I am hoping it performs. Alright guys, with that being said, I'll see you at the duels. Alrighty Bear, how are we doing today, buddy?
I am doing so good. I'm doing
man.
Amazing, buddy.
I'm sure you're like out here cheesing after your victory last episode, man. I I had a little bit of a crash out at the end of like Duel 3, which is kind of funny, with like that fucking Jar of Avarice like getting it so late. Oh man. that was pretty good.
Sucks. That's annoying.
That was annoying, bro. We were like so close to the end. Yeah. But nevertheless, it was a good episode, so I'm excited to see what happens today. Let's see. Are you gonna start a little win streak of your own, or am I gonna get back in the winning? You know, like as usual, like I should.
Oh,
be,
you're fucking back in the winning. You're back in the winning immediately after today. You kind of know already what I'm rolling up with, but you don't know how bad it is.
Oh,
I'm sure everybody that saw the deck list before this is excited to see if I can get this to go work or not.
Yeah.
But this is probably not gonna happen, especially if you're playing any deck that is not at the same level as bad as mine.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Nonetheless, at least I might get one cheeky victory. That's all I'm hoping for. I'm prioritizing fun right now, and this deck is fun.
This man.
So
yeah, Bear is just an agent of chaos sometimes. Prior to us like doing the duel and recording, he's been like geeking about this like wacky strategy of his, so I'm excited to see what exactly this man cooked up. Okay, well there we go. All right, let's see.
I actually don't know if it's better to go first or second if I win this.
Okay, well I guess you have to make the decision now.
I think I just have I would probably prefer to go first, even though there's like you kind of know the other element of this deck in that it prefers to go second. But I think I need the extra card, so I'm going to go second.
You're going to go second. Okay. Let's see. Okay, fog warning. So you are... Oh. Well, I haven't had a hand like this before, so...
Please tell me it's triple set. It is triple set.
It's two sets. This is kind of wild. Okay. I've never gotten this hand before while I was doing test hands. I'm like, this is kind of ridiculous. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
I got a lot of life draws here.
Normal summon.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna normal summon. We're gonna normal summon the Acid Cloud.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, so you're gonna get to pop something if you really want to.
Yeah. I probably am.
Let's go ahead and
Not to spoil it.
yeah, we're just
Book
booking
it.
you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
we're booking you.
Fair. Book you, bro. We'll go ahead and just set too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll call it there. We'll call it there. That's fine. That's fine. I'm
That's
not
fine.
that upset.
We're also gonna dust you.
That's a good one. You hit a good one.
Ooh, okay, that is a pretty good one. Okay. Again, kind of a diabolical hand going on right here. It's so weird.
Swear to God if you fucking are main decking the Sidra.
No, I'm not. Where the fuck are they all? This is unbelievable. This is a 1-up in the deck, and I drew into it over everything else in my deck. You're playing Cloudian, so you can't OTK me. At least I don't think you can.
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm kind of thinking like I can just pass.
I mean, I'm only gonna swing for 500.
Yeah,
so.
unless you have another monster in hand, you can go for a little bit more.
Unless you think I have the OTK here. I did tell you it was a 4-card combo, so you probably
4-card combo. Okay, I forgot about that.
You're probably good. You're probably good.
Okay, I'm gonna end and not do anything because I know Zero Stratus is a card in Cloudian that can pop monsters, and I don't want to commit anything quite yet. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, that mighty 500 damage.
That mighty 500 coming in hot, baby girl.
Oh man. You gotta be kidding me! Where are the monsters? Bro, this cannot be happening right now.
Bro, if I win, oh my God,
no
you're
way.
not. You're gonna be so mad. You're gonna be so mad at me if I win this game. I'm just letting you know with this deck list, you're gonna be unbelievably upset. Awesome.
Oh my God, dude. I am actually like, oh my God. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll draw a monster next turn. No way I don't draw a monster.
Well, we'll keep you off monsters.
Of course you had it. Oh my God. Okay. Brian.
What is it? Oh wow. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah.
You let
Bro.
that shit. All right.
Ain't no way.
And I can pop another one next turn. Oh wait, no, I can't. It's only 1 fog counter. Okay, gotcha.
Holy shit,
Okay.
man. Finally. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I'm already in a shit situation. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and begin by normal summoning out Gamma the Magnet Warrior.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I see why you're upset. I see why you're mad.
There's so many goddamn cards in
makes
this
sense.
deck, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So right now, does it tell me how many counters they have? Okay, yeah. So Acid Cloud has none, Zero Stratus has 1. Okay, I don't think I have a way of placing any more fog counters. So I think I'm chilling, unless you get another. Okay, no, wait, I shouldn't do that.
You're definitely seeing the Cloudian side of the deck.
Yeah. All right, we're just gonna attack into Acid Cloud.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, we're just gonna end there.
Okay. Okay. Let's read this. There's 1 OTK piece.
The crazy thing is, like, about half my deck, if not half my deck, is magnets. So I should have seen one like way earlier than this.
We are going to
Mm-hmm.
put this to defense and destroy itself. Activate Michizure. Pop that. Kind of sick, huh?
That's kind of funny. Okay. That's one way of adding it. Yeah.
It's a way.
It's a way.
for
It's
sure.
definitely a way.
Okay.
So what do you do here now?
Now, I will. I've not seen a lot of back row out of you, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a weird one for me. I will say that.
Okay. We will.
Mm-hmm.
Like going for more damage. It might matter in the end. Could not. I could have more opportunities in the future. I mean, you're probably not gonna be able to outlet. So. Yep. We'll normal summon this.
Yep. So we got 3 counters on it.
And now I can remove 2 monsters or 2 spells on the follow-up. And you're looking a little low over there.
Yeah, I am. Okay. Now then, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna normal summon Delta the Magnet Warrior.
Okay.
Activate its effect.
Okay.
And with that, we're gonna go ahead and send Alpha to the graveyard.
Okay. And then this is where your Bungus comes. Oh no, now it's gonna come.
We'll activate this. We'll special summon out. Okay. Let's see.
Are you gonna prioritize damage here? Would you like to summon your big boss monster?
I can't.
Oh, okay.
All right. Alpha into the acid cloud.
That's gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm. And then again.
No, we're a little low. We're a little low.
Yeah,
my
you
guy.
are a little low. We'll activate the effect and we'll return it back to your hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Your turn.
Cheeky little bugger. Cheeky little bugger. Okay.
I would have been in a much better situation if I would have seen a magnet way earlier than this, but the deck is coming along right now.
Okay. I'm seeing an error right now.
Okay. I like the sound of that.
Oh, okay. So I see how this card works now. It's a little late. So that sucks.
No, we like the sound of that. The later the better.
You should be sad that you're. I'm gonna put that to defense.
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna set this one.
I see. Okay, yeah, you're prioritizing not taking any more damage. I respect that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay. Yeah.
We're out here with all the back row. Okay. Let me think here. All right, so I can go ahead and activate this to bring him back. Okay. Now, I wonder what you said there. Okay, I'm gonna hold off for now. We're just gonna enter battle. Okay. What could you set? I don't think you said Mother Grizzly here. There's no way you said Mother Grizzly.
There's no way.
There's no way. Okay. Well, attacking here. What is this? Okay, that does. Okay, I have 2 counters. Okay, everything's getting counters. Okay. Delta. Okay. Alpha for game? Okay, let's go.
You got it, buddy.
Woo! Ooh, all right. Duel
We will
2.
choose to go second.
You're going second again. Okay. Okay. All right then. So let's go and begin with normal Delta. We'll activate the effect. And with that, we are going to go ahead and send to the graveyard a copy of Alpha. Nope, wrong effect. Okay. Well, I activated these in the wrong order. All right, I guess we're gonna send Gamma to the graveyard instead.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and do this.
Okay.
Yeah, nice little set.
A lot of back row.
A lot of
there,
back
buddy.
row, yeah.
Fair
Oh.
bit. Fair bit.
It activates
All
Heavy
right,
Storm.
well, let's bait something out of you. Let's bait something out of you.
Okay, oh, that's cool. That's cool.
We just gotta hit the right one, all right? Just gotta hit the right one.
All right, now you bait something out of me. I activate Zero Gravity. Yeah. You know what sucks? I only got 1 copy of this card. During the pack opening, I was talking about how much I love this card. That and like Etiqua are 2 of my favorite trap cards in Speed Duels. So I'm really upset that I only have 1 copy of this.
Yeah, that's it out of me.
Oh my god, that is such a good fucking draw. Magnetic Field.
Yeah,
Going to
that is a
attack
good
mode.
one.
We'll normal summon out the Alpha. We'll activate this. Bring it out. Let's go. We are swarming. All right. And to maximize damage, We're attacking with Alpha. Effect. Send it back to hand. It does suck because like you can still summon it next turn, but you know what? We are getting a lot of damage in. And with a deck like
That's
this,
true.
you can't afford to take too much damage. There we go.
Yeah, that is also
Got you
true.
pretty low. Let's see.
Yeah, this is about what I expected. All right, you probably got this one.
All right. Let's see it.
I'm just gonna do what I can,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's enough. I think I lost. That's fine.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
Damn, bro. Yeah. Well, that's game then.
Mm-hmm.
There's all three of them.
I didn't get to have as much fun as I thought.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, so like in the back row, I still have like a Book of Moon, and I have a Dust Tornado, so like I would have been chilling either way. But yeah, I mean, that's game. Damn. Okay, so now I've got to know what exactly were you like cooking up over there? I'm actually curious.
I'm like sad because I didn't get to do it.
Yeah,
but I guess
okay.
it's hard to do it anyway.
Yeah. All right. So
it's too hard to do it probably anyway. But
so you are on screen now, and bro, what is this? What is going on over here?
so we base this deck around a combo
Yeah.
where you have a Moki Moki,
Yeah.
a Smackdown,
Okay.
and these guys. So what you would do is put these defense,
Yeah.
trigger the Smackdown, make Moki 3k. Use these guys' effects to get rid of all your cards on field so I can swing in. And
Oh
then
my
we have
God.
Michizure's,
Yeah.
we have Justy Break,
Jesse Break
we
is
have
cool.
Nightmare Wheel, and we have these guys. And then we have this guy to add fog counters to these guys.
Oh my God. And you have the amulet also?
Yeah.
What is, bro? This is
Yeah, I put the
wild.
amulet in for the. I
This
could have
is
did a third
wild-
Smackdown, but
Yeah.
this
This
is
is one of the
push levels,
wild-
as I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Oh my God, I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like this. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. What? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and then we're playing Waking the Dragon, so we can recycle Moki Mokis, and then all of our other big bunguses we could summon to try to help
Yeah.
out with that OTK. Because in this deck, these guys remove cards pretty well, so
Okay.
the goal is to use these guys to remove stuff, and then swing in with these guys, etc., etc. And then Cyber Dragon also helps with that as well.
So what is this 4-card combo you had mentioned? I'm assuming it's Smackdown, a Cloudian, Moki Moki, and what's the 4th card?
Fourth card would probably another one of these guys to get rid of, or probably this one.
Okay.
So what you do is you attack with this, and then this kills itself, gives like 1,000,000 counters to like one of these guys.
He pops all monsters and then
which
you
would
attack.
probably stay on the field. Yeah, and then I pop like 3, or this one I can pop 3 back row, whatever the case is. Like
Yeah.
usually it's gonna be a lot of counters.
Question. What is it
That's
called?
why,
Like,
yeah.
so there's a card, I think it's called like Claudian Squall or something like that. It's a continuous spell. Did you not consider playing that to be able to continuously give your
I could, I
Claudians
just-
more counters? That way, because I was thinking like if I was playing something like this, very gimmicky, I would have prioritized cards like Waboku, Drain Shield, etc., etc. Cards like those in order to protect the Claudians and keeping you from taking any unnecessary damage, and additionally, also allowing you to keep them on field to keep on like picking away at my board, making it like really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But this is just like a really rough idea. Dude, I feel like if you had taken this deck to the Discord, they could have cooked up something devious with you.
You think so?
Oh yeah, no, those guys, like when they cook up a deck with you, it's like it's pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, but wow,
Does this look a little bit better?
a little bit, yeah. Just because this version of the deck seems a lot more annoying, just because those Cloudians are gonna survive, and then you're not gonna be getting punished as much for taking direct damage from my attacks. That was one of the big issues you had with this deck.
Yes.
But yeah, okay, man, I gotta give
And if you're
kudos to
messing
you.
with the
Yeah,
hand, I can.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, I tried something weird
that
and
was
different.
that was cool. That was cool. All right, I gotta admit that. All right, so yeah, as you can see, it is just magnets, and as I mentioned, that first duel, I'm like, where the fuck were all my magnets? Like, I have a lot of them in the deck, and for some reason, I just did not open any of them. In that opening hand, I had fucking Valkyrion and a bunch of back row, like with 2 field spells, and I think like a book or something like that. So that was like the rough part of it. And but I mean, the second you see a magnet, things get out of hand really quickly. I did have the opportunity to summon out the Valkyrion dual one, but like I just did not want to risk you getting any more going with the Cloudian, so I just decided like more monsters was better in that situation. But yeah, I mean, like realistically, there isn't anything too crazy or anything like too interesting with this deck besides that I'm like main decking Order to Charge, which is pretty fucking awesome when it gets paired up with Magnetic Field. Essentially, it's just a free pop for any monster. I have my Broken Staple and Book of Moon as my 3 of. And yeah, and with you unrestricting Dust Tornado, it gave me access to like back removal. But yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, it's nothing too crazy. It was a fun deck for me. And it was a deck that I really wanted to play back when we had access to this deck, but it was like really unattainable for us. But so I'm glad I got to showcase it today. But now that we're done with the duels, do you think there's anything that should get added to the ban list right now, in your opinion? I did have a suggestion. From the last video, someone had said that we were a bit rough on Sphere Karibo. And they said that we should consider placing it at 1 instead of like having it outright banned. That way it's like
we would use it at 1.
Yeah. The thing is, for me,
it'd be like, I don't agree with that.
For me, it does become a bit
really
more difficult because I have so many good cards at 1 with Jinzo, Floodgate, and then it would be Sphere. So it would probably hurt me the most just because like it gets rid of some of my good cards. But in your case,
I still think you'd run Sphere.
I would consider, yeah.
I think you still run Sphere.
But
so yeah, that's why I think personally I disagree.
Okay. You know what? I'm in no hurry to bring that stupid card back. No. I figured I'd bring it out, bring it up in case you shared their sentiment. But for me, like I was getting sick of Sphere as well, so I was more than happy to get rid of it. But I figured that I'd bring it up to you to see what your thoughts were.
Yeah, no, I see the argument. I just think that if there's not another card that competes with it at 1, I don't think so personally.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. Aside from that, is there anything else you don't you want to see get restricted or unrestricted or whatever? For the most part, me, I can't really think of anything.
I think it's fine. Yeah, I can't really think of it. If anything, I was gonna say like it seems extreme, but maybe just banning Warriors Elimination just so we're not auto-siding it all the time.
Okay.
But that's really it, and I think that's a little extreme. But that's like the only thing I could come up with looking at this list.
I feel like we're probably in a very healthy spot in the format right now.
Actually, I have 1.
Okay.
Wall to 1.
That's fair. Okay, wall disruption to 1. Okay, we will do that. That is a very fair.
And then the widespread rune's fine at 3.
Okay. Well, I am more than happy with that change because wall disruption is genuinely like such an annoying card to deal with in speed duels, and it's been at 3 like for forever, for very good reason. I think you underestimated its power early on before being like super familiar with the format, so now you see why. All right, man. Well, that was a good episode. I really enjoyed what we did there. Man, you know what I'm realizing right now? I'm taking a look at my collection at the moment, and the card that I confused when I was deck building, I was confusing Zero Gravity with Etiqua, and I had 3 copies of that card. That was the card I was trying to add to my deck, and I've completely fumbled it.
You fumbled the bag, bro.
I fumbled the bag, yeah. Spoiler alert to everyone else in the all the viewers. I don't build the decks the same day I do my opening, so I forgot which one I had picked up from the episode. Dang. Okay, well, expect multiple copies. Okay, actually, while we're on the topic of Etiqua, did you want to restrict that in any way? It's a really good card.
Okay.
We don't have to, but I figured like I might as well bring it up.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Don't think I have any, so I'll just say yeah.
Really? Okay, it was a rare, so we'll put it at what you want. 3, 2, 1.
I'll let you choose.
Since it's like a basic staple, I'll say 3.
Okay.
Just because I don't think it's like it's gonna hurt me the most. Just because again, it's like another staple of mine that's gonna get restricted. But it's a good card, and I will be adding it to many decks if I have the opportunity to. I just messed up this time. All right, man. Well, with that being said, I am looking forward to the next episode because that's when we finally get access to vampires. We get access to like Macrocosmo. I'm sure you're excited for that. With cards like DD Survivor, Grand Module's a card in that set. We get Sacred Beast as well. We get Archfiends. It's like a lot of cool stuff we're going to be getting access to. So I'm excited to see what exactly you end up rolling up with the next episode.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys. And with that being said,
Hopefully
if you guys did, with that being said, if you guys did end up enjoying today's video, then I would really appreciate it if you can leave a like and subscribe. But with that, have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.